A chilling silence grips the air, thick and unmoving. Somewhere in the shadows, a pair of eyes, cold, unreadable, stare back through the void. In that breathless pause, a question slices through the darkness, sharp and unsettling. What if your DNA held a secret, a deadly one? Could murder be inherited? Welcome to the shadowy world of Crimson DNA. Across the globe, headlines erupt in a frenzy. The murder gene, they scream. Genetics and crime. New study alarms experts. Beneath these bold words, crimson-tinted DNA strands spiral, twisting and turning like secrets buried deep within us all. In the heart of the scientific storm, researchers have identified a genetic variant known as MAOA-L, colloquially dubbed the warrior gene. This tiny fragment of code has been linked in studies to heightened aggression, impulsivity, and in rare cases, violent behavior. But before panic sets in, there's a crucial catch. Possessing this gene does not doom anyone to a life of violence. It is not a death sentence, nor a prophecy set in stone. Yet, the case files tell a darker story. Look closer, and patterns begin to emerge. A child, adopted by a caring, gentle family, grows up loved and protected, yet later explodes in a storm of violence no one saw coming. An infamous serial killer's autopsy reveals the unmistakable trace of the warrior gene buried among thousands of other genetic instructions. Are these mere coincidences or the fingerprints of fate? Some killers share a history of brutality. Others share a sequence of genetic code. The question lingers in the air. If your biology is wired for rage, where does responsibility begin and end? The debate rages on. Nature versus nurture. The answer, it seems, is not written in black and white. Imagine a split screen. On one side, the cold steel bars of a prison cell. On the other, the warm, softly lit sanctuary of a therapy room. Each side features an individual with the same genetic marker, yet their lives have unraveled in opposite directions. Psychologists argue that environment is the fuel for the biological fire. Trauma, abuse, and neglect can ignite what genetics alone cannot. So is the gene the spark, or merely the warning? But with every discovery, new questions emerge, and ethical lines begin to blur. Picture a tense courtroom, the judge's gavel crashing down as evidence is laid bare. DNA used in murder defense, the headlines declare. Can someone truly plead, "My DNA made me do it"? And if genetic profiling enters the courtroom, does it serve justice or sow the seeds of discrimination? Imagine a world where you could be marked as dangerous before ever committing a crime, where your genetic code becomes both your judge and your jailer. Peer into the future, a place both fascinating and chilling. A child sits quietly as a machine scans their DNA, results flickering on a screen. High aggression risk. Parents exchange anxious glances, worry etched on their faces. Should every child be tested, their futures mapped out before they can speak? Should interventions begin before any crime is committed? Or does that cross a line into policing thoughts, not actions? Are we on the brink of a world where prevention becomes preemptive punishment? A world where science and ethics collide? In the end, we zoom out, the swirling double helix of DNA dissolving into the encroaching darkness. Your DNA is not your destiny. But what if, one day, it becomes your defense? If this exploration into the unknown challenged your thinking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries that lie just beneath the surface.